Hello everybody, welcome back. It's of course now our third episode of Cape Rugby TV in 2021, and we of course carry on doing what we hope to think we do best, and that is keeping the world of club rugby connected. Big thanks to our partners on board with us here. Score Energy Drinks, of course, as you know, Score is on board with Western Province Rugby and the Western Province Club Rugby Sevens, and you can win yourself a case of Score Energy Drinks during the course of the show, so make sure you don't go away, because in addition to the case of Score Energy Drinks, we're also going to throw in a case of Bashu's Cool Drinks, and we'll give you an opportunity to win yourself a set of Cape Rugby TV masks. So it's that triple hamper. Also, big thanks to MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy. You see them there behind me, and Thorburn Security Solutions. Folks, we've got a nice full show for you this evening. We're going to be catching up with Donnie Isaacs. He's, of course, Public Relations Officer over at Kuilsrivier Rugby Football Club. And even though things have been, from a fixture point of view, a non-starter at the moment, the clubs are still staying busy. We also catch up with Aslam Abrams from Vineyards Rugby Football Club. You'll know that we spoke to Aslam on a number of occasions last year as they were busy with some of their projects over at Vineyards, especially looking after the youth. And we'll catch up with Marius Ervier. He is, of course, the head coach of Durbell Rugby Football Club. We'll speak to Alistair Tace, head coach of CPUT Rugby Football Club. And we'll catch up with John Dobson, head coach of the DHL Stormers. And they're, of course, or at least DHL Western Province Rugby. And they're, of course, going into the semi-finals this coming weekend. So that's going to be very exciting. But on the line with me now, Donnie Isaacs, Kuilsrivier Rugby Football Club. Donnie, nice to have you back on the show. Meneer, how are you?
JP, I'm well, thank you very much, and compliments of the season to you as well. Yeah, what a year it was, eh? And I also started back at work today, so first day back at the office.
First day back for a lot of people, I think. But of course, as we know, unfortunately, no fixtures just yet. But there again, if we think about it, this time of year last year, we wouldn't have been ready for fixtures anyway. We'd have been sort of thinking about pre-season friendlies and so on. So we're just rewinding a little bit here. How are things going with the Kayla boys?
JP, things going great. I think there was a sigh of relief towards the end of last year when obviously we were in level 1 lockdown, and the clubs got the go ahead to start with sort of pre-season preparations. And we did the same, and the guys sort of came to the club and started not in a contact situation, but more of a fitness drills to see where they are and so on, in preparation for hopefully being rugby in 2021. And now we're still waiting.
Yeah, I think we might have to wait a little bit longer. But as we said, I mean, in the previous years, we would have only have started the league around April or so. Although that I know that you guys, of course, were hungry to get out of the starting blocks, considering it's Super League A. You're back in Super League A. A little bit, so you're still going to be working right now, I assume, as if things are going to work out and as if Super League A is going to start, hopefully, later in the year.
JP, yes, obviously we have to, because we also again were invited to play in the Saldanha Super 8 tournament, which is around April. So we had to sort of prepare as if it's still going to happen. We don't know. What the situation holds, but if it does happen, we should be prepared. And we know we want to account for ourselves this year in that tournament. It's a very prestigious event, and I think we should do well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we know that you guys always go up there this time of year, or at least later in the year. But I mean, we know at this stage that we have to wait and see. But obviously, would you agree with me that it's a question of you can't take your foot off the brakes, even though you're not playing? And there's a lot of health and safety protocols. You still have to stay in touch with your players, and you've got to look after your field and keep the club operational.
JP, that is exactly what we did at the club. First thing is we had the opportunity to see the players the 1st of December last year when we got the go-ahead to start with the practice sessions. And, it gave us an opportunity to see, where they are, what their fitness levels are, have they been working on their own? We did some testing, and the conditioning coaches gave them some programs on. But yes, we had to keep in touch with them, and as well as keep in touch with our fans, because they are dependent on us now for information in terms of what's going to happen with the rugby. What are we doing for our fans? And we've been doing some things behind the scenes for them as well.
Is that what it all comes down to? It's actually very important to keep the fans engaged, to stay connected. I mean, if we walk away from this thing at this stage, we might come back in a year's time and say there's nothing left.
Absolutely. Or you might look at opportunities that you've missed you know, and I mean, we know on a Saturday or leading up to a game on a Saturday, all the fans, they prepare for going down to Kuilsrivier or wherever their home team's playing, and they want to see rugby. So I think that hunger is still there, although there's uncertainties. They still want to know what is happening at my club. You know, is there new players? Is there new coaches? What are you guys doing?
So let me ask you that then. Are there new players? Are there new coaches?
Yes. Look, we've made it public. We've got new coaches. We obviously know that Wessel Kriel is the head of our coaching staff, and he has appointed, through the executive, we've appointed quite a number of very skilled coaches, including a very skilled conditioning coach, and he was very hard at work in the off season. That is now December last year when the guys started to train.
Yeah.
And fortunately, JP, and when the lockdown rules were brought back, the guys could leave the club with a document tailored to their own conditioning needs for the position that they're playing. You know, so they could go work on their own in their respective gyms or their homes where they have home gyms and work on that programs. And I must also say, you know, in the same vein, we were so happy to see the players because it's been a year since we've last seen them. You know, we Skype with them and do video calls with them, but it was nice to have them there. And Carmen Isaacs, our president's wife, she came up with a fantastic initiative to start a 2021 calendar. You know, because we had them there, we had the photographer there, and she came up with a fantastic initiative. I don't know if you've seen it.
You don't mean an activity calendar. You mean an actual calendar.
Actual calendar.
An actual calendar. There we go.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you know, and obviously it has all the months and all the
very good looking players there.
Yeah, and all the players that's in the calendar, JP, is the players that obviously play at the club and some of the new recruits as well. And but also more importantly, I think what is important about this calendar, JP, is the fact that we've partnered with local business yet again. Obviously, everybody knows that Alto Towers is the main brand behind the team, but we've also partnered with two companies, Warren Joseph's Photography, and Riverside Printers, and they came on board and they assisted us with this beautiful calendar, and it's high gloss, beautiful images, and like I said, all the players that's in here is players that is currently playing at the club, and some of the new guys as well.
Donnie, you've hit the nail on the head again there. I mean, when it comes to putting a calendar together, photography and printing are probably your biggest costs. The models we know you're going to get for free because they're at the club.
Exactly.
But you've again showed the importance of staying connected with sponsors and bringing sponsors on board. And what you really are showing as Kuilsrivier is the ability to stay connected, the ability to give the players something different, something new, something to work towards. I mean, they must be so proud of this.
Absolutely. And I think you've asked me the question early on in any new recruits. And I think if you look at the month of November, if I can maybe just quickly show you, you might know who that player is.
Well, I'm having a bit
it's our own Snaz. So he's back at the Kayla boys.
Sinitemba Mapakwa.
That's it. So he's back.
Snaz.
Snaz is back, and JP, I must just say, Carmen had a great idea with this calendar, and roping in the local business, and this calendar we now make available to everyone, to our spectators, to our players. I think the players will buy it because they are on the images on the actual calendar.
We've seen a couple of posts on Facebook. The field is looking fantastic.
JP, you might recall on a previous conversation I told you that the executive, we are working behind the scenes on infrastructure development.
Yeah.
And we've really made that a laser point approach for this exercise. So we have done a lot of work at the club. About a year and a half ago, we laid a brand new pitch, new grass, everything. So that is coming on nicely. We've also extended our boardroom stoop. So, to accommodate more guests, and obviously that section of the roof will be covered. And last week, in fact, they started with a very high quality around the field to give it a nice rugby field look. So the executive guys, they've been really working very hard with that project.
Donnie, we'll leave it at that. We'll say thanks to you for joining us. We're obviously hoping to catch up with you soon, catch up with Wessel Kriel and Carmen Isaacs and find out more about how she put the calendar together, and looking forward to getting that copy.
Yeah, so I'll make sure that you get a couple of copies of this, and yeah, that would be great maybe to chat to our coach and Carmen, and she also heads up our production team, with the imaging and so on. So each department again runs with their own project, and everybody knows exactly where they fit in.
Fantastic stuff, Donnie Isaacs. Thanks very much. We'll speak soon.
JP, thanks, and take care. All the best.
Thanks. There we go, folks. Donnie Isaacs, isn't it great to see him back in conversation with us? And wow, how active has Kuilsrivier been? A calendar just goes to show creative thinking, good management, everybody working towards the same goal. And yeah, we're looking forward to seeing that copy. Folks, when we come back from break, we'll carry on talking about Western Province Club Rugby. Don't go away.